can't see me yet, here I am. Hello, how are you doing? Hola, bon dia, alegria. It's the formal greeting here on the Good Morning Portugal show with me, Carl Munson from expatsportugal.com. How on earth are you? I think there's a little bit of Mars in the astrology this morning. It's quite an interesting morning. I've been pretty busy here, a little bit on the stressful side, but I'm breathing through it. How's your weekend been? How are you this morning? Is there any transit in Uranus where you are, or Mars, or some of those elements that seem to be causing things to be at 6s and 7s, that phrase we used a couple of weeks ago? Let me know, please, in the comments. For example, Gilda would normally join us, wouldn't she, on a Monday morning with a visa update? And she still will, but probably by phone. We'll give her a call in a moment because she's stuck, I think, on the April 25th bridge. Something's happened in Lisboa. Someone breaks down in the, their car, not them emotionally, but maybe that too. It's very sensitive going across the water in this. But if a car does break down, or if there's a little bit of a jam or something, or a prang, everybody coming across the water seems to get held up. And Gilda is in that condition this morning, so we'll give her a little bit of a call. We've got loads of photographs, loads of comments to get through this morning, so let's begin, shall we? And I do want to know what sort of weekend you've had. I am prying and nosing into your business. Let's see what we can share already this morning. I have a sunrise. Yes, we like to start with a sunrise, not a Portuguese one, but from a Portuguese fan, a Portugal fan, Francis in South Africa. Look at this. It's Cape Town sunrise. Isn't that beautiful? So keep them coming. Sunrises and sunsets. Not sure if we've got any sunsets. Yes, I think we do, don't we? We do have a sunset from Gilda, actually, because Gilda sent some photos. Let's have a look at Gilda's photos this morning, because she likes to send a few photos from her weekend ahead of being on the show. She has been in the Arribida National Park. I've given the game away. I was going to say, where is this wonderful place? Is it West Indies? Is it Mauritius? Is it somewhere like that? Look at these beautiful photographs that she's taken. Obviously been out on a boat, I think. And there she is. That's a fortification, isn't it? The Arribida National Park. Famous scene, of course, where James Bond, Sean Connery, I think, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, drove through with Diana Rigg, who I think was murdered in the... so fictional, everybody. Just a James Bond movie I'm talking about. Don't get too concerned. But yes, the old Aston Martin is driving through a beautiful long road in the Arribida National Park, I think part of the Portuguese action in the Bond films. And look what else Gilda has sent. And I replied to this when she sent it to me. What, really? A dolphin? You took that? Oh, yes. I think it's another one. Just now I've got this picture up a bit bigger than rendered on my phone. I'm seeing another one in possibly a pod there, but she's captured this dolphin jumping out of the water. Not Mauritius, not Florida, not the West Indies. Here she is, just off the coast of Portugal. Isn't that amazing? Pictures is also to come from... Oh, Clive, I haven't put your pictures up, but... Clive Gardner sent some pictures in from Lagos as well, where he's been. This is an unusual thing from over the weekend. He's promised to be our on-the-spot reporter. Had a most amazing weekend in Lagos this weekend, and there are people doing this in the water. What's going on there? This is the festival of the 29 baths, I think, where Portuguese people get dressed up in nightwear and dunk themselves in the water. We'll come back to that and find out exactly what's going on with that, if we remember. So should we give Gilda a call? Actually, yes, let's give Gilda no, let's do your comments first. Let's say hello to a few people, then we'll give Gilda a call in the car. Hands-free on the bridge. Let's see if she's got through the traffic yet, or if she's still stuck there. Because it's something to know about, actually, if you're coming to Portugal. Bom dia, alegria, boa segunda-feira. Assim como uma semana feliz. Happy week and a happy Monday. It still throws me. Second day of the week is Monday, not Tuesday. So there you go. Segunda-feira, Monday, me, my dog, and bike. That's Matty, of course. Good morning to you, Matty. In Amsterdam. Bon dia, good morning from Andrea. Also in the Netherlands this morning. Bon dia from Stephen. Good morning to you. How's your weekend been, folks? Let us know. Francis. Yes, thank you so much, Francis, for that wonderful sunrise in Cape Town. Hola, bon dia, alegria. Hope you're all off to a cracking week. Thank you very much indeed. Hank is back in California. Hola, bon dia from sunny California. Great to hear from you, Hank, and lovely to see you. Sarah, who will be joining me tomorrow, talking about her cycling adventures in Portugal, is also saying bon dia. So hello, Sarah. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. Thunderduck is here. Bon dia, alegria, with alegria in capital letters there, putting the emphasis on the joyful there. Thank you, Thunder, if I may call you that, your first name. Bon dia, Gilda and Carl. We'll get her on the phone in a minute, Jim. Victoria's here as well. Bon dia, Alegria from Atlanta. Good morning to you, Victoria. How are you? Good morning, everyone from Finland, from Elra. Jersey P. Hola, bon dia, Alegria. Carl and Gilda from Long Island, New York. So back in the States where Victoria and Jim are. And Elra, good morning to you in Finland. There's people all over the world, as usual, here on the Good Morning Portugal show. How are you feeling, Mr. and Mrs. P. Prochniki, back in Long Island, New York? How's it going there? And how was your trip? What are your reflections? Born the Alegria from Mark as well in the UK. Jupiter aligned with Mars, peace will guide the planet, and love will steer the stars. This is meant to be the dawning of the age of Aquarius, isn't it? Any signs of that where you're living? Love, I don't know. Love may be steering the stars, but that's yet to arrive fully on planet Earth, it would appear, from global events. Although, actually, that said, you do get a skewed view of the world watching the news, don't you? Loads of people are living happily, lovingly around the world, but they never report that on the news. The vast majority of people, I would suggest to you, are living peacefully and happily, notwithstanding the curveballs of everyday life, and then, of course, the great dramas of everyday life that are reported on the news. And I'm not undermining or disrespecting that in any way. Some terrible things going on in the world, as we see through the optics of the news gatherers. But a lot of people just living in peace and harmony as well. We need to get that balance right, folks. And remember that. Lonnie, who knows about peace, love, and harmony? Hello, Lonnie. How are you? Bon dia, alegria from you. That bridge is always stressful. April 25th. But it's also the scene of much joy, isn't it? I love driving across there and making the dragon noise on the wheels and telling the children there's a dragon that lives under the bridge. It's the last days of August, says Ella in Finland. Everyone has returned from holidays. Yes, same in Portugal. I'm looking forward to going to the beach again. The traffic is back to normal on the bridge. There you go. Yes, it's the first Monday, isn't it, of, I guess, it's not September quite, but a lot of people will be going back to work. There you go. You're not talking about Finland, you're talking about Portugal. Bon dia todos from Sintra's farming family. Hey up, Druba, how are you, my friend? Hank, hola, bon dia from Connie too. I would hope so. I would assume that, but assuming makes an ass of you and me, so thank you for clarifying that. Since the pandemic started, the dolphin sightings have increased in the Teja River and in the Setúbal area. So that's good to know, isn't it? And one of the upsides. Thanks, Delica from Jersey. Hola, bon dia. Busy weekend for Victoria. My bicycle is sorted. Thank goodness for that. Broken down and packed securely in its bike bag. Happy Monday from Louise, who sent in some pics and video. We'll play that as well. She's in the Algarve on her nomadic moves around the country at the moment. Solo 50 plus expat Portugal. Louise, thank you very much. We will share those a little bit later on. Also from South Africa as well as Francis, we have Kaelilium Longo. Good morning to you. Kaelile, how are you? Go! Thank you. You are doing it right. Greeting me in the young primate style of the man cave. Perfect. Bon dia, alegria. Weekend was way too brief. Oh, yes. Good morning to you, Jeff. Shirley, God bless everyone. Thank you very much, Shirley. God bless you too. I have a question for Gilda. My CEF appointment. Okay, we'll get her on the phone in a minute. We'll come back to that. Lonnie, bon dia, alegria. We made it to Lisbon. Most of the weekend spent traveling and queuing. 2.5 hours at passport control. But we're happy now. Yippee. My goodness, Jackie. Welcome. Let's give her a round of applause. That's very muted. I hope you can hear that. But a smattering of applause there. Fantastic. Well done, Jackie Polly. It's always nice to welcome people into the country, despite that little bit of a hiccup at the airport there. 2.5 hours, eh? Good morning from Jacqueline Branco. My goodness, Jacqueline, saw you last night, saw you this morning. Fantastic. Excellent stuff. Tom is here as well. Bon dia. Good Monday morning all. How are you, Tom? Very good to hear from you in the Netherlands. Hiya, Louise. Hey, everyone's saying hello to each other. The primate calls have begun. Very safe trip, was awesome, says Jersey. Now we have a lot of work to downsize to get ready for next year's move to Portugal. Yes, very important. Shipping's getting more and more expensive. You're wise to do that, to minimize. Bon dia, Carl and Gilda. We arrive on the 18th and super excited. Thanks to Gilda and the team. I'll pass that on as well, Clifford. Thank you for that. Finally, couple of comments before we give her a buzz in the car. Bon dia, Louise. An update on the dog situation of your last video. Oh, my goodness. Yes. Anything you want to say there, Louise, about that? Bon dia from Scotland, from Fiona Doherty. Good morning to you, Fiona. How are you? Jersey, the sooner you start that downsizing, the better. She knows. Good luck in your process. Okay. Let's bring the dolphin back onto the screen and talk to the photographer. Isn't that a lovely image? Fantastic. So we're going to give her a buzz and we will see what Gilda's up to. Hold on a minute. Messaging from Clive as well. You couldn't do this, man. Oh, I see. Okay, so the bathing ritual wasn't allowed. That's probably because of the pandemic, and that was the picture I showed you is of what would usually happen. So thank you for clarifying that, Clive, and we look forward to getting you on the phone next year and hearing from you. Right, let's turn the volume up of the in call. Why isn't that coming through onto the old WhatsApp? Maybe I need to plug something in at this end. Maybe this will do it. I'm just plugging you in, Gilda. There you are. How are you?
Good morning.
It sounds like you might still be on the April 25th bridge. Good morning to you.
Yes, I'm just about to get in. So if you hear that noise, you know what it is.
Indeed, indeed. What? So you're off the bridge now? Is the traffic moving again?
Yes, the traffic is moving, so I'm able to go into the bridge right now.
Oh, you were still waiting to get onto the bridge.
Yes, 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Ah, did you see any dolphins as you were parked up looking into the Tejo? No.
I was watching the show, and I heard that Jackie, she arrived.
Yeah, Jackie's here. Yes, indeed.
Her husband. Yeah. But there was some other couple that mentioned that they were here.
The Whitakers.
But I didn't get who was it.
It's the Whitakers. The Whitakers arrive on the 18th.
Yes. Great.
They are super excited. We have a question. Are you happy to answer questions, or is it a bit too stressful at the moment, Gilda?
No, I can answer. What is the question?
You're a star. You're doing a traffic report from the bridge, and you're answering visa questions, and while sending in dolphin pictures. You're amazing. I have a question for Gilda, says Lonnie.
Did you like the pictures?
Oh my word! Did I like the pictures? Yeah. There we are. The Arribida National Park. I think we're looking at, aren't we? The scene of the James Bond
it's amazing.
segment.
It's amazing.
You live near there, don't you? You've only got to drive, half an hour south?
Yes. Half an hour south, and then I get the ferry. It's very close.
Ah, okay. And so a ferry journey, and there were dolphins bobbing around in the water. It just looks like it could be Mauritius or the West Indies, but no, it's Portugal, everybody. Isn't that amazing? Another slide to share on the screen while you're here. Charmaine on our YouTube channel said, just came across your video. This has been the most informative session I've seen on the D7 process. Gilda is awesome. Just a little bit of fan mail for you there before we go to...
Thank you.
It's all right. Credit where it's due. It's what they say. I have a question for Gilda. My CEF appointment is scheduled for December the 8th. Once I have had my appointment, can I return to the US for Christmas with my mother? She'll be unhappy if I can't. So we really need a good answer on this.
Of course you can.
You're not a prisoner.
Of course you can, my dear.
Yeah, there you go. Easy.
Yeah. Even though if your resident permit doesn't arrive before Christmas, they will give you a receipt saying that your resident permit is already on process. So you can come with your passport, with your visa, even though if it's going to be expired, and the receipt that you just went to your CEF interview.
Your
mum. And then when the CEF.
Sorry, go on, Gilda.
Yes, and then when CEF checks your passport, when CEF checks the passport, CEF will check that she has a resident permit. Most likely it will be issued already by then. Or if not, it is going to be in process. So no problem. Mom can be very happy.
That's great news. Love to Mum from all of us here, Lonnie, this morning. And it's a bit like the Hotel California. You can leave, but you can never go, as it were. Your heart will be, when that happens, your heart becomes part of Portugal. But your body can move around the world, but your heart stays in Portugal. So Mum will be pleased about that. Fantastic. What else have we got? It's great hearing the sound of your vehicle moving now. I think you're on the move there. If only we could see those pictures.
Yes, now I'm on the bridge. And I can understand the traffic now because it's foggy on the Lisbon side.
Oh,
it's very foggy.
Okay. It's just so exciting getting on the spot travel reports from one of the coolest cities in the whole world. Fantastic. Right, who else wants to talk to you this morning? What time? This is some multitasking at its best. Gilda, what time does your office open today? I need to drop off some documents.
No, there are people there already.
Yeah,
There are people there already, so no problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
I reckon there's always somebody there, isn't there, dealing with this wonderful global business of yours.
It has opened. Yeah, it has opened. It has opened at 8:30.
Amazing. There you go, Thunder. Now you know. Silver Surfer is here. Good morning from the UK on a lazy bank holiday. Oh, of course. Yes. Happy bank holiday, all you Brits who might be watching. Well, you might have been watching anyway because you're all on furlough or whatever. But anyway, if you are watching from the UK this morning, enjoy your bank holiday. Don't forget to burn some sausages on the barbecue and leave them raw on the inside. I will be coming to Lisbon in October for a week. Any ideas of other towns to visit while I'm there? We'll certainly go to the Arribida National Park, go to Sesimbra, Palmela. Where else to go on that little bit south of Lisbon there, Gilda?
Sesimbra, Palmela, Troia. Maybe the Alentejo coast.
Oh, yes.
Sines,
Yes.
Vila Nova de Mil Fontes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Vila Nova de Mil Fontes. That's a Portuguese secret, if ever there was one. Yeah.
That's very beautiful.
All right. Well, we'll pick that up for Silver Surfer after we've let you go on your way this morning. You must visit the World Surf Resort of Ericeira, says Colin. A little plug there. Hi, Gilda. Just want to say many thanks to you and your team for your amazing help in getting us to Portugal, and we will hopefully see you tomorrow. How about that? So Jackie shouting out to you. My mother thanks you, Gilda. This is very important. So Mama McLaughlin says, McLaughlin, I beg your pardon, is thanking you. Obrigada from her. I thought there was a minimum stay once the D7 was granted. Point of order coming in from Stephen Wells, cheeky rascal. So is there a minimum stay once you get your D7? Is he mistaken there?
No, there isn't a minimum. There is a minimum stay in total once the resident permit is granted. Not a minimum staying under the D7, which are only 4 months.
There you go. He dared to challenge Gilda, and he got smacked. There you go, Stephen. It's not a proper bank holiday. It's not raining, adds Stephen. He's not happy until it's raining on the bank holiday. Stephen, have you got your bangers ready for your barbecue and stripped off already? It's a hot one in Portugal today. Is it hot in Lisbon this morning? For you, Gilda,
yes,
what's your temperature? Have you got a temperature on your dashboard?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. All right. Vila Nova de Mil Fontes, in case anyone needs that written. Thank you, Elra. That's really helpful. And come to Amsterdam, Stephen. It's raining here. A glowing endorsement from the Amsterdam Tourist Board there in the form of Matty. D7, everyone's having a go here. D7 allows you 2 entries, I believe. What's Hank referring to there? You know Hank, of course.
Yes, it does.
Yep, there you go. But no.
Yes, it does. But remembering that she was talking about the CEF appointment. So
yes.
Most likely, when the CEF appointment is always at the end of the D7.
Yep.
So most likely the D7 will be ended by then.
Yes.
But she can travel with the receipt that she went to CEF.
There you go. Hold on to that receipt. Absolutely, Lonnie. Fantastic. So, Gilda, I'm aware that I don't want to keep you too distracted or busy talking to us while you're trying to get to work. But was there anything else you wanted to let us know about today? How are things looking at CEF? Any breakthrough there with the workforce?
Well, CEF remains the same,
right.
But there are some news about the consulate in London.
Oh,
okay?
Go on.
So this is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, it was released a communication from the consulates in London, stating that the accommodation needs to be crystal clear 12 months accommodation.
Right.
For any kind of for the D7 and the D2 visas.
Yeah. Okay, so there has been some doubt about that. So if
people are wondering, if the Airbnb is enough, no, it's not enough. They have just cleared that. Is 6 months enough? No, for the consulate, they now have strict orientation that 12 months is the requirement.
Okay, there you go, folks. That, just to clarify, that is from the London consulate. That's for the people coming from the UK, and if you're working through the London consulate, they're sticking to the law and demanding that you have 12 months of accommodation as part of the requirements for your D7 and D2 visas. Thank you for that, Gilda. And there's a bit of an elephant in the room about the long-term D7 from the States. Some people, and I can understand why people are getting anxious about this, because the whispers go around and people do pick up on things and get a bit concerned. Can you address that? Some people think the conditions are getting stricter coming from the American side. Is there any truth in that?
Yes, there is.
Oh,
there is. I'm going to give you an example.
Go
okay?
on. Yeah.
Before people thought that they could just have savings, and with their savings they could apply for the D7.
Yeah.
And it was okay. And I know many people that went through with the D7s just with savings. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now they are getting very strict with that.
Okay.
Savings are no longer enough. You need to have a pension that is going to be equal or more than the Portuguese minimum salary, or some other passive income such as rental income, or they are accepting work contracts remotely as long as it states in the contract, or it has an addendum to the contract, or it has a letter from the company stating that despite they're working in Portugal, they can keep the contract.
Okay.
So that's why people saying, and also they are getting more picky about the amounts that people should have in Portugal.
Okay.
There were many people that could apply, that have applied without even opening a bank account in Portugal. We know that is not possible anymore since last year.
Yeah.
But people were not very clear about the amounts. So now they are getting very picky about the amounts. It needs to be, some consulates apply the rule of 12 Portuguese minimum wages, which is equivalent to 1 month. But some consulates apply the rule of 24 because the resident permit is granted for 2 years. So to be safe, I would say, and I would advise 24 months. 16,000 euros in a Portuguese bank account to apply for the D7.
Well, I'm so glad I asked.
All the other requirements.
Right, I'm very glad I asked, and that's good to know. So, why is this changing? Is it volume of people, Gilda? Do you think?
It's volume of people.
Right. Okay. All right, folks. So
volume of people. Yeah.
So, what do we say to our lovely community here? Like, get on with it, basically.
Yeah, come faster, come as fast as you can.
Okay.
Because I think that they might change the law if things continue like that.
Yes.
And they may be a little bit more stricter in the future.
Okay, all right. Well, in many ways, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news this morning to people thinking of coming to Portugal, that it's got a little bit more difficult, but not insurmountable by the sound of it. And Gilda's there to help you, EI. And for our trouble this morning, Silver Surfer Traveller has sent us a £5 so that we can have a drink together. How about that? Thank you so much, Silver Surfer Traveller. I will treasure that. And when I see you next, Gilda, we will have, we could have several coffees for that, couldn't we, in Lisboa? So thank you. Really appreciate it. And that's upgrade that cup of tea to a super bock. And thanks for the tip, Carl and Gilda. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. Quick couple more before you go, Gilda. We have Michelle in Australia this morning. Morning, Carl and Gilda. Is the Sydney consulate easy to deal with? And I guess we have to be nice in case they're listening.
Yes, it is easy to deal with.
Yes.
Although now, because of the lockdown, it's not as easy as it should be.
Yeah.
But it's not because of the people working there. It's only because of the Australian rules with the lockdown.
Oh, okay, all right. So yes,
But I've done several process from Sydney, and they were okay.
all right, fantastic. Oh, Lonnie's asking for further clarification here. I will not have been in Portugal 4 months to return for Christmas. But that's I don't think that's the problem, Lonnie. You'll have your receipt. But just to clarify, I will not have been in Portugal 4 months to return for Christmas. I arrived November 9th and CEF appointment is December the 8th. But does your earlier advice still stand, Gilda?
Yes, it still stands.
All right,
it
fantastic.
Still stands. Doesn't need to be here for 4 months.
All right,
okay?
Lonnie. Quickie from David Dawson. Good morning, David. Did people need a translator when going to their CEF appointments?
No, it's no need, but very advisable.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, and you do everything you can to get the right side of that and make it as easy as possible. So there you go, David. Can you manage one more?
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Gilda. From Jeff in the States, how long does the bank account need to remain at a level of 24 times the minimum wage after the residence permit is issued? Great question, Jeff. So after it's all been done and dusted, how long does that money need to stay in the bank?
There isn't any minimum staying after the resident permit is granted.
Yeah.
So you just need to be consistent. You have that money for the consulate appointment. You keep that money for going to CEF, and then you can spend it. You can furnish your home. You can buy your things in Portugal.
Take Gilda out. Take Gilda out for dinner. You know, this is the sort of thing that should happen with that money, in my view. As a thank you. Okay, fantastic. Gilda, as ever, you're a star. Beautiful pictures coming in from the Arribida National Park. A traffic and weather report from the bridge, and obviously you're here on a Monday morning for the visa update, and you played done a sterling job this morning. Gilda, have a great day. Love to everybody in the office. Have a great one there in the capital.
Yeah, I've just arrived. Just parked the car. So now I'm just starting to work and see my emails. I got a lot during the weekend, so there's a lot of work to do.
Of course there is, as ever. If you need that super box now, get it, and I'll give you the money back from Silver Surfer when I see you. Okay.
And don't forget to show the picture of the sunset.
Oh, I will not.
In the marina.
Yeah, I will do the picture at the end. We do the sunrises at the beginning, or we're beginning to anyway. When I get my act together, sunrises at the beginning and finish with the sunset.
That was not mine.
Oh,
that
okay.
was my husband's. That was my husband's.
But we have got his permission, right? We've got his permission.
I must give him
Okay.
Yes, you got. I asked him.
All right, we've got a super box,
No worries.
a sip of the super box for Mr. Perreira as well. Okay, have a great day. Ciao, ciao for now.
Thank you.
All
bye,
right,
bye,
thanks,
bye.
Gilda. What a star! What a star, Gilda Perreira of EI. Hey, immigrant, and the connection or the details you need to get in touch is on our website there, expatsportugal.com. Go to the business directory and look for migration consulting. Maybe I could make that easier for you as well with a direct contact detail there. Yeah, I can. Let me just do that for you now. I'll just copy the link, copy email address. I'm going to pop it in there. Tell them where you came from. Get an introduction from us because you'll get a discount if you go via us as Expats Portugal. Okay, so Geral, that means general. A little bit more vocab for you there. General email at eimigrant with an e.pt. Oh, wow, how exciting this morning. Yeah, thank you, Silver Surfer, again for your very kind gift, your super chat input into the show. Okay, Lonnie says, phew, woo, Gilda is my hero. I'd never have got over my mother's guilt. Well, that sounds like we've done a really good job this morning, doesn't it? If we've managed to deal with that and a possibly very awkward Christmas. When you ring up on Christmas morning, if you had been stuck in Portugal, can you imagine the atmosphere of ringing back home on that morning Where are you, Lonnie? Obviously, she doesn't speak quite like that, but I'm glad we were able to do that. Right, okay. Who else is saying what here? Actually, I should take that off the screen there. She isn't live on the phone, but she was. She couldn't be on the screen. She didn't make it to the office because of the traffic in Lisbon, but we called her in the car instead. Fantastic. I'll take a bit of a breather now, can't I? Mike Campion is here. A bit late today. Hope all are well. I reckon so, Mike. Good morning to you. Hope you're well too. Maz has been in touch. Maz Kavanagh. Hello, Maz. Rain in Yorkshire this morning. And, sorry, I didn't pass that on, Hank, but I'm sure Gilda will have felt that. She'll have intuited that incoming goodwill from you. Intertwined MPZ. That's an interesting and intriguing YouTube name. Bon dia. Thank you very much. Intertwined MPZ. Michelle, I hope that was useful. Sounds okay, doesn't it? Apart from the difficulties, obviously, that are coming from lockdown Australia. And David Dawson, you dealt with your question as well, and yours, Jeff. Danielle, there you go. Can we share Gilda's contact info again? That's on the screen, or was on the screen for you. Geral at aimigrant.pt. Where are we now? I'm just wading through my own messages. That 24 times minimum wages. Yeah, you don't need that if you're a Schengen person, Matty. That I can say with some certainty. That's for the time being anyway. Sounds like things are just getting a little bit more keen with on the Portuguese side with the visas. So but I'm glad I asked Gilda that. And sorry if that has caused any quickening of your pace, but better to know rather than not know, I hope. Gilda, I have a valuable property here in Portugal, no direct family. Should I give the apartment to my non-direct family while still alive, or put it in a will? Now, that one, Maxine, that's very interesting. We know loads of people who might want to rent it, by the way, or we could make a sale, or you want to keep it in the family. I would ask Daniel Reyes. He's also in the business directory. Our great legal go-to man, Daniel Reyes. You'll have seen some of the webinars that we've done with Daniel as well, but Daniel of Reyes and Pelicano. Do you want me to put that in the comments for you? There, I can do that. Let's go back a step on our business directory. I go to lawyers and legal, and you'll see Reyes and Pelicano. So especially for you, Maxine, I'm going to pop that in the comments for you this morning. Yeah, check with Daniel on that one. What is the minimum wage? Ros Teixeira, at the moment, what is it, 680 a month? It's around that. It's alarmingly low, the Portuguese minimum wage, and hopefully the Portuguese workers will get more money. I guess every time they get a pay rise, makes it a little bit more of a limit to reach for people coming in on visas. But certainly, the hardworking Portuguese people, I would say, deserve a bit more than the minimum wage they currently get. And I'm sure everyone would agree with me. Jim White, actually, probably that's a silly thing to say on social media, isn't it? That everyone will agree with me. But by definition, being on social media means that, like, some will and many won't. Yes, what was I thinking? Thank you, Gilda from Jim. She'll have felt that in the force as well too, Jim. See you tomorrow night, Jim. Looking forward to your company again on the Spiritual Portugal Show. Bom dia, Carl and Gilda Todos. Thanks for all the great advice. When we finally head for a more permanent location, we'll be in touch. Fantastic. Ian's made a note there. Note to self, get in touch with Gilda. And Maxine, done that for you there. And if it's for the same question, I'm sure she'll put you on. She works closely with Daniel, as I understand it. There we go, 665. Thanks for doing the math on that, Matty. Matty man, math man. Matty of the mathematics, or arithmetic. Does anyone call it arithmetic anymore? But there you go. And Elra as well, helping with 665 euros a month. How do people live on that? She does speak like that. Lani, she said, I'm not allowed to move to Portugal until after she dies, which is a mother's prerogative. You know, what happens, with aging mums, they say we do or have to deal with the consequences, right? And I guess that's part of the rights you have as a mother. As you become, well, I guess yes, all the time, isn't it? Mum says we do. Elaine Godley, and you have to find out ways of challenging and managing that, as Lonnie only too well knows. Good morning, Carl, and the gang from the sunny south. So good to talk to you last Friday, Elaine. What you said is reverberating still, I think, around the internet. Great chat we had on Friday, our Feel Good Friday. There's a funny thing about some of the most amazing people we have on a Friday. And they are strangely some of the lowest views that we have. Now, I'm not obsessed with the amount of views. I think it's definitely quality over quantity, which is what all people with low views say, right? Yeah, you kind of have to say that and console yourself with that. But genuinely, I think we are quite niche, aren't we? Let's face it. And but you would think, wouldn't you, Feel Good Friday would be of a greater appeal, and some of the incredible insight that Elaine was delivering. But is it because I call it Feel Good Friday that it has a lower view count? I don't know what it is, or people busier on Fridays. Is it because a lot of our views come through from America on a Friday night? Maybe people have got other things to do on a Friday night, so they're not consuming the show as voraciously as they do on the other days of the week. But thank you, Elaine. Great to chat with you on Friday, and looking forward to speaking to you again. When I left, it was 480 euros a month. It was a good improvement, but not very relevant if house rent continues to increase. And ain't that the funny thing about how things work? It's very rare that you hear that the cost of living is trying to keep up with wages. Wouldn't that be an amazing? That's an April the 1st news story. News is coming in from our top economist that says that all the other costs of living are trying to keep up with very high wages around the world. Not. You just don't hear that, do you? Thank you from Michelle, 665 a month. Yes, I just stabbed at 680, didn't I? Wasn't too far off, but thank you very much. What time is Spiritual Portugal? That's 11 o'clock at night, Lonnie. Good for Americans, definitely. Good for people in your time zones over there, but 11 o'clock Portugal time. It's just when we know that the kids are in bed, and Mrs. M's got one ear out for them, should they wake up. And the pair of us are in different rooms of the same house when things have gone quiet in Casamunson doing the Spiritual Portugal show, which we're enjoying greatly. We've got a lovely guest tomorrow night, actually, a chap who it does the most amazing mindfulness. I suppose you'd call it meditation, but self-soothing, pain relief. It's all in there with Jeff, who we'll be talking to tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. So yeah, we'll see you there, Lonnie. Daddy's Farm Life, greetings from the Philippines. Good morning to the Philippines as well. People all over the world tuning in to the Good Morning Portugal show. Right, let's go to a few more pics, shall we? And see what's what. Yeah, this is the people. This didn't happen. This is a stock photo of the people doing the thing in the water at Lagos. So thank you, Clive. Who says, yeah, just to confirm, they couldn't do the special bathing ritual in Lagos this year. The annual bath, maybe. The pic you just showed that I'm showing now, but hopefully we'll be able to again next year. And Clive will be there for us doing that. And he was in touch with me over the weekend. And Lagos Council were streaming some of the world's top DJs over the weekend. This is how the tax dollar gets spent in the Algarve, and it's generally around Portugal. You see the most amazing festas on a good year, street art. The money, the big taxes of Portugal, relatively speaking, do seem to get put back into not just politicians' wages and perks and benefits and stuff, but into some great stuff for the people. Apparently, it's the Algarve Boat Festival. Clive contributed over the weekend with Pete Lazouk and many more DJs. If you know your DJs, Pete Lazouk, DJ Estrela Carlos Za was there. Today is one of the most beloved traditions of the municipality of Lagos, Bath 29. In the old popular belief, the bath on August the 29th is said to be worth 29 baths. So you get a really good clean, a deep clean, I think, on that day. Some say that this ritual to mark the late summer was also meant to ward off the devil. Well, there you go, who was on the loose during the day. So yes, if only I'd known that. Truth is, it's one of the oldest and richest traditions of Lagos. But isn't the devil on the loose every day of the year? You just got to watch your back, haven't you? Given the epidemiological situation, the usual Bath 29. So yeah, we're going with epidemiological, not epistemological. To do with religion. The usual Bath 29 celebrations will not be held. So it didn't happen. However, the date was symbolically marked through the third edition of the Algarve Boat Festival and the summer concert of Blaya. Blaya, maybe on fire in the Algarve there, sort of thing those MCs say, of course, both with live broadcast on our Facebook page. So even if you couldn't get to it, you could watch it online. And I think Clive was soaking that up and will be our on-the-spot reporter next year, hopefully, there in Lagos. Now, I've got some pictures to share for you. Have I put them on the screen? I'm going to have to do this. I forgot to do this before the show. You see, that's what I'm talking about. All the excitement this morning. I think I sent them to myself, didn't I? Let me just. I'll probably have to do this one at a time, folks. Sorry to do this to you, but I've had a real bad case of San Martino de Porto syndrome. In case you don't know what that is, It's when you think you found where you want to live in Portugal, and then you go visit somewhere, and your mind, your heart is stolen once again, and you're thinking, actually, I think this is it. And that happened to me at the weekend. I met up with me Expats Portugal colleagues. Hello, Jerry and Astrid, this morning. Boa bom dia, alegria to you. And Astrid, as you know, if you watch our webinars, lives over in Castelo de Vide in the Alto Alentejo. And I can understand why, having visited there on Saturday. Here's a little video that I made. It's not the best, but I was in a hurry walking back to the car after a lovely lunch there. That's how I actually, no, the first thing that Jerry and I did when we arrived there was get stuck up a very tight lane in quite a big car. And so that was an adrenaline-filled arrival into the Castelo de Vide. Don't go up the little lanes. We started driving up a little lane, and there were black cats crossing the little calçada. Okay, so it's a good omen. Lady comes out of her house to move the cat out of the way. You know, Jerry goes, "It's okay to go up the, up the road there." Yeah, fine. And oh my goodness, why did she say that? And then we had to reverse back. There is an easier way in, but just bear that in mind if you're ever going to Castelo de Vide. This is my very quick and hastily made video just to give you a little bit of an insight into it, and the latest place I've fallen in love with in Portugal. And I'll show you some stills as well. Check this out. Yeah, a little bit of Turismo Munson here. Another day, another beautiful destination here in Portugal. I'm not going to tell you where I am today. See if you can guess. And I'm just catching up with my companions who were just about to get into a car. But I couldn't miss the opportunity of talking to you from this place, not far from Spain, in the Alentejo, the Alto Alentejo. I'm blown away. Again, I know I keep doing this to you. I keep going to new places and saying, oh my goodness, it's another great place. But I'm sorry, it's another great place. Look, here's something you might have seen before. I've posted this picture up and I'm seeing it myself in the flesh. Look at this. This little bit of cheeky graffiti, or street art, not graffiti, but look, I'll just show you this and then I've got to go. But I'll say more. I've just had a lovely meal here as well. There's the cat. And then you turn the corner and there's the rat, ready to give him what for on the other side. Look, in here, isn't that beautiful? Then through there, another place to eat. Look at this. I'll just show you this. I keep saying I'm going to finish and then I see something else that's really nice. Look at this in here. Isn't that fantastic? Munson, signing off for now. Have a great day, wherever you are. Right, I'm still trying to load up my photos, folks, but wasn't that great? You get a little taste of the Alto Alentejo. It's so picturesque, as I'm going to show you now. Quite extraordinary. So I'm doing this on the fly, not like me at all, is it? But I've got some lovely images to show you, folks. But bear with me just for a couple more clicks of the mouse, and because I hope you'll agree with me, it's thoroughly worth it. And I've had so many pictures, thanks to you all, and videos to download this morning. We've still got those to come from Louise, who's in the Algarve at the moment, on her nomadic and epic journey of Portugal. Louise, I think you're still here, so tell us a little bit about that particular area that you're in, if you wouldn't mind. So, and this, what I'm going to show you in a moment, is more of the incredible art, the street. Well, it's not, I mean, it's a public art. There is the wonderful street art that you saw with that humorous little cat and mouse situation that I was in the video. But I'm just doing the last one now. Prickly pears in the Alto Alentejo to give you a sense of the climate. So let me just turn those off for now. Let's go to the first one for you then. So they're nearly there. I've loaded them from my phone now onto the computer. So let's see. Here's a long shot view of when you get to the village or the little town of Castelo de Vide. This is the sort of vista you have across the landscape. Now, I know it's always difficult from a mobile phone camera, but can you get a sense of how vast that is? We are only 20 kilometers, I think, from Spain here. So what Astrid said was, like, it's a lovely sleepy little town, and there's a little bit of architecture. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that sky, just a few condensation trails, chemtrails to some people in the sky there. Let me see, what else have I got for you? She said, it goes a bit quiet here in the evening, but you can go across to Spain, cross the border, if you're looking for a bit of nightlife. where the party's just starting, of course, in Spain at around 10 o'clock. So you can have a beautiful, quiet life in Castelo de Vide in the Alto Alentejo, and then pop across to Spain and enjoy that. Look at that little lane going up there, the colors, the beautiful whites and yellows of the lanes and the calzadas. I think you guys are sending me more pictures coming in. I thank you for that. There we go, another one. Heading towards the restaurant now, which I think is just on the left there. And shout out to this restaurant. Look away now, vegetarians. I'm not going to show you my food, but I had oxtail for lunch. What is it? A confraria. There you go. A confraria. What does that mean, Portuguese people? Is that like conviviality? A confraria. Very unassuming, just a simple sign there. You're not even really sure, are you, if that's a restaurant or not? I guess you've got the tourism business on the right-hand side there showing you that it might be a place for hospitality and refreshment. Step inside, and it's the most beautiful place and very, very thoughtful menu of some classics, but some incredible stuff as well, including not very often seen oxtail, which I went for. And then when you step outside to the church, which is the main, I suppose, focal point, the church is surrounded by these beautiful works of public art there. And some of these are a little bit somber, I guess, or thought-provoking. So there's a real balance, there's a real sort of sensitivity in the sensibility of the people, I think, of Castelo de Vide, or certainly the ones who organize these great artworks that cause you to stop and ponder. So the cheekiness of the cat and rat situation, and then the profundity of what looks like, the thinker here, head down low against the blue sky, somebody pensive and thoughtful outside the church, thinking about what the meaning of life might be. I'm all for it. I have to say. Did I already show you this one? This is my possibly my favorite one of that particular setup of figures outside the church there. Look at that. I think this is amazing. Is this telling us we're all blockheads? Unless we get some divine inspiration inside us. And finally, I didn't take as many pictures as I'd have liked to, quite honestly. Had other business to attend to, but I just get a little snippet of what life is like there. And there's the, you have this granite landscape. It's quite different. You're heading up towards what I recall the landscape of Castelo Branco to be like, great boulders and granite, and you see more cattle over that way, and the parched heat of the Alto Alentejo and of Castelo Branco district. Getting that for sure, and it's prickly pears. It's an arid and hot climate, but it also snows there from time to time up on the heights of the Alto Alentejo as well. I discovered at the weekend. Oh, lots of comments coming in. Okay, what else have I not shown you? But I think I've given you a pretty good gist of what goes on in Castelo de Vide. Absolutely love it there. We'll be going back. If you've got somewhere to rent there, I'm up for it. Definitely. But look at this, renovations going on. And I thought this was a lovely little snap. Somebody had put cardboard up over the windows, cardboard up over the door, and where the door knocker wouldn't fit, they made a little hatch there. Excuse me, getting too excited this morning. But yeah, little cut hole in the cardboard, and you can see the door knocker just sticking through there. Very tempting to just give that a little knock there. The great knockers of Portugal, you might say there. All right, let's go to your comments. Do you like Castelo de Vide? Has anyone been there? Oh, my goodness. Let's just scroll back. Carl, hold your phone sideways when recording video. I was thinking about this, Max, and I knew somebody like yourself might have something to say about that. Yes, and I was thinking only Facebook could make people film in portrait. Because you're thinking, aren't you, this is just one of those unchallengeable things, like, fish and chips, whatever, bacon and eggs. I know there are exceptions, but in life, really, all videos should be shot in landscape. It's what our visual culture has as a reference point. But along comes TikTok and Facebook, and because of the portrait nature of mobile phones, they have changed that format. So that's why it was like that, Max. That's why some of the videos you see here are in portrait. It's because they were shot for Facebook Live and then transferred across. So I hope that didn't disturb you too much there. Okay, greetings from the Punjab, I see this morning. So we're going from the Philippines to the Punjab. Where can I find the schedule for all your regular shows, Carl? Well, put simply, Silver Surfer, every weekday morning, 9 o'clock Portugal time, I'm here on the Good Morning Portugal show. Then on a Thursday evening at 7:30 Portugal time, we have a webinar every week. that's pretty much it for the regular shows. I mean, I'm posting up other stuff, and we have the Expats Portugal Plan group who have their own Q&A troubleshoot sessions with me on a Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, Portugal time, at 9 o'clock in the evening after the Thursday webinar. But that's pretty much it. And we post up the webinars soon after. Well, sometimes soon after. Last Thursdays. Dragging my feet a bit on that, but that'll be up soon. You live in the rural dream. Hope that answers your question. Silver Surfer. I'm bummed I missed the man cave, says Francis. Wanted to make an appearance, was thrown off by Ronaldo's. Yes, of course, to the English Premier League news, and had a soccer game at 7 a.m. the next morning. You could have just had a 3 hour sleep after a long man cave there, couldn't you, Francis? But wow, we haven't mentioned that this morning. Ronaldo returning to Manchester United. Isn't that incredible? Everyone! That's the way to do it, Andy. And you've sent some beautiful photos in as well. I think I've got one or two of yours, Andy. Let me just take a look and see what I can load up from you, because you have been very giving as usual over the weekend. Actually, could you resend just the most recent thing you'd like me to feature, Andy? That would be great, because I have been inundated, what with one thing and another, and my visit to Castelo de Vide. Yeah, bon dia to everybody from Andy. Man Cave was fun, says Andrea. We lurk, but enjoy the show. A lot of people do that. They don't necessarily contribute, but listen and just watch. The voyeurs of the Man Cave. Cave dwellers, I think they call us. Yeah, that's it. Like was it Plato or Socrates? The shadows on the wall of the cave. That's the people who lurk. I see it's not in Spain, otherwise they'd bath alone. Oh, Francis. Cave people, yes, the cave people. Greetings from the Punjab, from Manwajit Singh. Good morning to you, Manwajit. Great to have you here. Please add job consultants to business directory. That'll be helpful for people like us. So people looking for work. That's a really good call, actually, Manwajit. Definitely. Yes, because I do get emails and messages asking about work and people concerned about whether they can ply their trade once here. That's a really good call. Oh, no, I may have to shut my eyes. I don't need another amazing place. Yes, sorry, Louise, but seriously, it's a tough one. Castelo de Vide, don't go there. Seriously, if you don't want another place to add to your list, do not go there. Good morning from Parsha, from Abel Pinheiro. Good morning to you, Abel. Manwajit Singh, I recently found an app on the Google Play Store, search for IT jobs in Portugal. That does what it says on the tin, doesn't it? Yeah, we've dealt with that. Max, how are you this morning? Thanks to Matty from Manwajit there. She probably said to follow the road because nothing amuses us Portuguese more than watching foreigners struggling with our narrow roads. Oh, it's like that, is it, Elra? That was lovely. Thank you, Gemini. Was that the Castelo de Vide intro? Elra, so true. That is naughty. Very, very naughty. Is the gardening show on this evening? It is, but not as advertised. Thank you for that, Stephen. We were going to look at a British like a passive house, a low energy eco home in, where was it? Wiltshire, I think. But we're going to have to delay for a couple of weeks, I think. So sorry about that. There will be a gardening show, but that won't be the featured interview this evening. Morning, Andy, Matty, and Stephen from Victoria. No stranger to the man cave as Victoria, back from the early days, right? When we used to have a disco afterwards. Chemtrails, don't give those imbeciles publicity, please. We cater for all tastes here. Type it. Well, I knew what you meant. You've had to type it twice. A confralia. What does that mean, though? Maxine, thank you for that. Love that Banks, yes, Cat and Rat Street art. Isn't it great? The way it goes around the corner, I thought was really special. Sorry, the accent is on the L. So confralia, or confraria is something like society, brother. Yes, okay. So I was on the right track there when I was talking about conviviality. The gathering place. Very nice. The get together, I think. Thank you, Midlife Crisis. Well talk. Good morning to you. In the Faro district near San Marcos de Serra, about 40 minutes north of the coastline. House sit number 5 for Louise. And here are the pictures to prove it. There is a long shot. Is that right? Or is that, yeah, that's you, isn't it? Where you're at. I'll take your comment off so that we can see that a little bit better, Louise. So there you go, an Algarve landscape with a cloudy sky. Actually, I take a strange pleasure showing pictures of the Algarve that have clouds in the sky. Paul Richards. And there's another one, but look at the vastness of that landscape, which I'm sure doesn't transfer well from the mobile camera again, but you get the gist, don't you? What an incredible landscape that is. And we'll show your video. We'll go out with your video, Louise. But questions for Gilda still. Oh, we're in South. Sorry, tune in again next Monday or make a direct approach there. We're a bit late on that SP. And what is GF? Hold on a minute. I'm getting confused now reading all these. What a beautiful sky, says Michelle. Which one? Which one, Michelle? I might not be able to make it to the show tonight as I'm picking up my GF girlfriend. That'll be Mexi, picking up the girlfriend. Morning, Carl. Great picks. Nearly recovered. Yes, you did so well, Jerry, didn't you? You know, the technology on the car was screaming out, wasn't it? Like, no, don't, yeah, careful of that stone, careful of that wall, careful of that cat. But you made it, Jerry. You're a legend. That was alpha male reversing, sir. If I may bestow that upon you. Question for Gilda. Yeah, sorry, tune in next week, SP, or make a direct inquiry. Gilda and her team are great, says David. In the process of getting a D7. Can't wait to get to Portugal. Well, it's great to hear that. See our webinars and live streams on the main menu of our website. Thanks, Jerry, for that. It was Plato who talked about the cave dwellers, and that's an incredible metaphor, isn't it? Should you want to look that up if you're looking for a little bit of hereditary today. Matty, checking as it's bank holiday, and some of the people that run it are UK, and they have 1 week off a month. Well, that's the same in Portugal, isn't it? There's at least one holiday a month here and more, you know, on a local level. But thank you, Stephen, for checking that. Hi, question for Gilda. Yes. Okay. Yeah, as I said, SP, please, can you bring that again next Monday? Sorry, just missed out on our little date with Portuguese Destiny every Monday morning, but she was stuck in the car. Got her on the phone, and what a star she is. DJ on YouTube. Hola, bon dia. There's a fly. Do I swat the fly on my forehead again? Does anyone want to see that again? I'm getting quite good at it. It's because it's quite a big landing strip, isn't it? The Max will know. Look at this. It's sort of like 2-8 central, isn't it? Hola, bon dia. Just watched OK Portugal YouTubers on a YouTube to a waterfall. Very inspiring, worth a watch. Fantastic. OK Portugal. We haven't spoken to them. We had Luke and Sarah on our webinar last Thursday, YouTube legends, but we need to speak to OK Portugal, don't we, at some times? It is Confraria. Thank you very much. Or Confraria. Confraria, perhaps. Carl, where is that part of Alentejo called? It's the Alto Alentejo, Gemini, and that is the Castelo de Vide town. So no gardening show tonight. There is a gardening show, but not as advertised. We're not doing the eco home. We're going to have to knock that forward for a week or two. I meant you have your planning meeting, not that you're slacking off. No, that will be the first. That's next week is the planning meeting. Tonight was okay. Let's get this clear. Tonight would have been the eco home call with Tom Evans, good mate Tom Evans, who's created the most beautiful eco home in the UK, perfect for our Happy Homesteader show. But we've had to delay it. Okay, but there will be a gardening Q&A tonight, and a thank you from Gemini and Castelo de Vide written there for us. All right, I love how you do that so that people go, Castelo de what? So it's there as you put in Villanova de Milfontes as well, that Portuguese Alentejo beach secret of the Portuguese people. Superb. I think we need to go out now with Louise's video from the Alentejo. Oh, no, we don't. I think we've got a late night in Évora from Jersey. So, I have to download these in real time, so bear with me. A couple more photographs to show you. I have to show you this one, Évora. We're looking at sunset, aren't we? And we're going to show Mr. Pereira's sunset as well. One for, oh, yes, I've got to show this Algarve beach as well. Here's the Algarve without cloud. I'll show that too. Stand by for that. And Francis, can't wait to take more of these. Love this place. What are we looking at there? We're looking at Porto, aren't we? Yes, I think we are looking at Porto. Picture just in from Francis as well. So let's just get those on the screen one by one. Here we go, everybody. Let's go with it in that order. Go to Porto and we'll work our way down the country. This is, unless I'm wrong, correct me if I am wrong, Francis, but isn't this a great photo that he's taken there? I would say that's Porto. Plain, yes, of course, I can see the bridge in the distance and a river cruise of the Douro there, the characteristic architecture of Porto, and a plane about to land, bringing in some new folks. Although that might be taking off, or is it flying up to the airport there? I wonder. Max will know the answer to that, possibly. Okay, Évora now. We're working our way down the country. And here's a nighttime scene. Thanks, Jersey, for this. Isn't that beautiful? And this is what you see in Portugal. Turn a corner, another amazing castle, monument, church, monastery, convent, something like that. And here we go. Some Colosseum-style ruins there. Is that right? Have I got that architectural reference right? And some graffiti, street art from the same place, I believe. Oh, yes, that's... Oh, my goodness. That's quite a poignant little selfie shot, isn't it? With that young gentleman with his 3D glasses on, capturing the apocalypse in the background. That's very cheery. Thank you for that, Jersey P. Makes you think, doesn't it? Let's have a look. We're going to the Algarve now via Andy, and then we'll finish with the Algarve, thanks to Louise. There's a beach. Isn't that beautiful? Not many people there, Andy. I think you had quite a quiet time. I mean, even in August, the Algarve, you can enjoy it like that. Pretty much to yourself. Some distant figures there. But isn't that a beautiful sight to behold? And again, it could be the West Indies, couldn't it? It could be Mauritius. But it's the Algarve, folks. Fantastic. Okay, let's go to Louise's video now to play out with. You've been amazing. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on a somewhat bumpy and turbulent start to the week from my point of view. Hope it's a little more calma, tranquilo, wherever you are. And we'll see you tomorrow. We're talking about bicycles tomorrow on Consumer Tuesday. And we're catching up with Fire Dave. Fire Dave has got an offer for us, okay? If you wanted to do his online webinar, he sent us a deal in for that. So I'll give you the code for that tomorrow. Have a great day. Ciao, ciao. Beijinhos, abrazos. Here's Louise's bit of video in landscape for you, Max.
This is Buddy, my pal for the next few weeks. And this is where we come for our morning walk. I just pick a path and then we walk for a couple of hours if we can beat the blazing sun of the Algarve. These overcast mornings are very welcome. And the house is just somewhere over there that I'm house sitting. Have a good morning.
I wasn't ready for that sudden ending there, Louise. Let me find the exit video. Have a great day, folks. Ciao, ciao. Bye.